Can the US dollar versus the Swiss franc provide us with a 580 pip opportunity later this month? This video has all the details. By the time you finish watching, you're going to know the key levels to watch, the confirmation that's required for that setup to materialize, and also some targets to keep in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right in here, not wasting any time, looking at the dollar versus the Swiss franc on the daily time frame. Okay, this is USDCHF. And what you'll notice here is that even though this market can often be quite erratic, it does have some really clean technicals here over the past really year or so. And what you'll notice too is that we did get a fake out up here above this key level. Now, this is in the past, but this is going to be significant for today's analysis. So please pay attention to this, because fake outs like this that we got here on the daily chart are some of the highest probability setups in the forex market. So what you'll notice here is we had the high from right back here. The pair broke out from this. Okay, so we got it breaking above this area, and you can even see right here on this candle, it held above on this candle after wicking below. Now this candle, okay, right here, confirmed the fake out, and what you'll see on the very next candle is we did get a retest right here as new resistance. Now this looks very minor, but this type of setup again is very high probability, and what occurred over the next few months was an 800 pip drop. So that's going to be key for today's analysis, because we have potentially a similar opportunity setting up. Now, again, the key word there is potentially, because we don't have confirmation yet here from the dollar Swiss franc. So what's important here right now is that this is not the high probability setup at the moment. This is not what I'm saying is likely. However, if we do get a move up here, okay, a sustained break up here on the daily and weekly charts, then we have a very similar setup to what we got last year. And that would be essentially the inverse of what we got there, where you have the July lows right back here at 85.80. Okay, so a break above this area on the daily and weekly charts would confirm that this down here is a fake out and send the market higher toward some of these levels. Okay, so again, these are very high probability setups. There is nothing confirmed yet, so this, in my opinion, is not where you want to be buying this pair. Now, some may be trying to short through here. However, I have a different view on things given what the DXY, the US dollar index, did to start 2024, which we'll talk about in a moment. All right, but for the dollar Swiss franc though, what this is going to come down to is we need to see the pair closing some days and even the week, preferably up here in this region, to confirm that this down here is a fake out and set up a move toward levels like this up here around 86.70 and potentially 8900. Again, we have some really clean levels here for this pair to keep an eye on if we do get a confirmed fake out below 85.80. And if we don't get it and the market starts to take out some of these lows, then this idea is off the table. So again, it's not the highly likely scenario right now, just because the market is still below that resistance. But this is one to watch, because if we do get confirmation above this, then this, in my opinion, becomes a high probability setup to where we get the market moving higher. Now, let's flip over to the US dollar index, the DXY. And guys, if you are enjoying this content, if you want more videos just like this one, and you don't want to miss out, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. And don't forget to show your support, smash the like button and leave your comment below. I do make it a point to respond to every comment. So if you guys have questions about this, whatever it may be, ask your comment below and I will get back to you within 24 hours. All right, so the DXY, the US dollar index, looking here at the daily time frame. This back here that we've talked about on this channel is why I have been cautiously bullish on the US dollar, the DXY, because this trend line right here that we've talked about, this extends from the 2021 lows. And we did see a reclaim here of this level plus 101.90 to start 2024. Okay, so as of right now, we have a reclaim down in that area. And what I've been waiting on here from the DXY is to see it get above 102.60. So notice the closing prices back here. We've got this low, these highs, and all of these highs recently. So we've seen several attempts to get through this. However, it has not been able to yet. So what this is going to take is the DXY at least one daily close above here. Okay, preferably the weekly close. If we get the weekly closing, up here in this area, then I do think we have a confirmed bottom to where we're likely to see the DXY trend back toward 103.50, that 2023 open, and potentially the highs up here around 104.20. All right, so this is going to matter for the dollar Swiss franc, obviously, because it is the US dollar index. So if we're seeing this move higher, then we are likely to also see this pair reclaim levels like 85.80. All right, so bottom line here for this pair, first of all, we need to see the DXY trading above 102.60, that region here, on a daily and weekly closing basis. We also need to see the dollar versus the Swiss franc reclaiming those July lows. Okay, so closing, days and weeks up here in this region. And if we get that looking here at the last, 12 months or so, then I do think just like we had this fake out from back here, triggering that correction here for this pair, I do think if we start to see the market trade up here and give us that confirmation that we see something like this materialize over the coming months. Okay, but right now the market is still below resistance. So again, this is not a time to be bullish on this pair in my opinion. It's certainly not a time to be buying. It is important to wait for that confirmation above 85.80 before we start to entertain positions. All right, so that wraps up today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. I'm putting out 6 of these videos every single week. Also, smash the like button, leave your comment below, and don't forget to, guys, claim your 70% off VIP access using the link in the description. Trade well this week, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.